Okay, I think this is ready. I hope it's ready. I don't know. Hey,
I'm working on it. Yes, I see you.
can you hear me?
Talk to you.
Can you hear me now? Hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, cool. One of these days I'll actually get this right and do it well from the get-go. Don't know when that's going to be, but yeah, hey, there's always hope. Okay. I only show one viewer, so I'm assuming Cindy's watching. Not entirely sure about anybody else, but hey, we're going to go with it. No matter where you are in the world. Welcome to today's live stream. As you can see, we're here in Phoenix still. Yeah, I don't picture this location changing much in the near future. We'll get you turned around here. There we go. That is our house, such as it is. Uh, Part of the reason why we came back is we knew it needed some maintenance, and we're going to be doing some maintenance over the time frame. Somebody parked a car here that, yeah, as you can see by the temporary plates, we got ourselves a new car. It's not new, it's new to us. There we go. I even got cool keys to it. There we go. And Chana has her very own little seat in the back. She actually rode in it during our test drive. Her and Cindy got in the back and checked it out, and we saw how the car seat fit in here. The cool thing that we found out is this newer attachment system, so you don't have to use the seat belts anymore. That's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna do a video that, for you guys that don't know about it, that I do a motovlog channel, that it never really got the presence that it should have, but I want to, and I finally got permission to start working on this. That I got it just before I met Cindy, and in the beginning with just bees and everything else for the visa, it took a back burner. And then when she got here and wasn't working, it took a back burner. And then, yeah, it's just taken a back burner for the last 6 years. This is my beast that I got, Nissan Xterra. We got this just before we left. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I've been missing comments, so fortunately nobody had commented that we only paid $2,000 for it, and it's ran like a champ. It desperately needs new tires. It desperately needs a front end. It needs about $2,000 worth of work, and so we decided to hold off on the work because it's a little bit big. Cindy's never been terribly comfortable driving it. When she got her license, we had a CRV, and she liked driving it. And this Santa Fe is actually fairly close in size and everything else to that CRV. And I think she's really going to like it. It's a Santa Fe Sport. There we go. It's the Santa Fe Sport, and of course Hyundai. Overall, we're pretty impressed with it. Matter of fact, we just took delivery of it this morning. and it's way better on mileage than the Xterra, and that was a huge selling point for us. Uh, we just got to get something that's it's $4 a gallon. We got to get something better that gets better than 13 miles a gallon. The Santa Fe has a little four-cylinder inline four. The Xterra has a V6. So, matter of fact, before we left, I was doing Uber Eats out of it for a while. It was kind of fun, kind of cool, and it's been a good running vehicle. I probably put 30,000 miles on it before I left, and then my son and the roommate drove it periodically just to keep it running. This is my garage, the mess that it is. That three people. My son's got a bunch of stuff here. The roommate's got a bunch of his car stuff there, and I've got all kinds of crap in here. And with getting the Santa Fe, my son's been put on notice that we're going to have to start cleaning this garage out to the point where we can get the midget in here so we can start working on that. Again, before we left, Cindy and I got bicycles, and the roommate's got a bicycle. The three of us used to go riding around the neighborhood and just chilling out and having fun in the neighborhood. Yeah, when Cindy and her parents got here, that they were truly fascinated by the automatic car door opener. Yeah, as you can see, there's all kinds of stuff that we used to have a bunch of Christmas stuff. The white boxes are all Christmas stuff. The white styrofoam boxes, there's a huge Christmas village that I've got that I've had for years. But yeah, the garage has been my workshop forever. Uh, yeah, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know how well it's going to come out, but this is the fifth cycle that I put this poor Leatherman through. It's the Leatherman that I've had the entire time in the Philippines, and it is horribly filthy. Matter of fact, in the Philippines, it got to be where it was hard to open. Normally, I'll keep a Leatherman and I'll run it through. There we go. I got this cheap little Sonic parts cleaner. It works great. Put a little bit of hot water and some Simple Green. I'm a big Simple Green fan. Run it through an 8-minute cycle, and yeah, 48. You can do 480 up to 480 seconds. I don't know if you can hear it running or not, but it actually does well on cleaning a lot of that stuff, and it cleans out inside very well. But yeah, that's our garage. Our kitchen. It definitely needs some up. Oop. The stove needs some real big. I got a cheap, a very inexpensive set when I moved in here 10 years ago, and it's just never been replaced because it worked. Uh, the refrigerator is probably 20 years old at this point, because we had that for quite a while before the ex and I sold the house and split, and I moved it into here. Uh, see if I can get that better. Here we go. We got this wall unit from IKEA for fairly cheap. Uh, Storage is kind of limited here in this room. I Jeff, well, I'll definitely have to look into that because I use 3-in-1 oil, as it is. And I'm happy with it, but I'm always looking for something that's going to be a little bit better too. And I am quite definitely open to that stuff. I am a huge barbecuer. I love to, well, not barbecue, well, grilling. I also do kind of like to do barbecue, but not much, as you can see. And I'm not entirely sure what they did to my grill, but it was just a cheap offset smoker, and it worked okay for what barbecuing I did and do. But yeah, this is our backyard. We've got a pretty decent sized backyard back here. My roommate was supposed to have done a lot better job with the, and I can't say he did bad because if you don't keep on it, you wind up with horrible weeds back here every time it rains. And I've had 3 feet tall weeds here, so he did an okay job. I won't say that, but he got some ground clear or something like that, and I usually use Roundup. That it works a little bit better. But yeah, that trailer, and that work van are all his. So we're gonna have a talk with him that oh yeah, that trailer too, the little car donkey is his as well. The little wood pile, it fell and nobody ever piled it back up, and I need to get on that. But all of our mail and stuff I've been taking in oh, very cool, Jeff. Where are you at now? Are you here in Phoenix by chance? But yeah, all of our back mail and stuff like that, I've just been burning. Ton of old credit card offers and stupid stuff like that. The roommate and stuff has gotten boxes that they didn't throw away, so I'm taking them out and burning them. This spring, well, probably this summer maybe, or maybe this fall, I want to take those planters and start putting some little potted plants in the planters for Cindy. She's a real flower person. She likes that stuff. So where are you going to Negros? Are you going to do Dumaguete? That seems to be the most popular place in Negros. These rocks. My nephew. Oh, very cool. That's got to be an interesting run. You and Steven, this is our Philippines. You two need to talk. That he's been doing that for a while. That before I drove truck before I got with a city, and never got into the long haul stuff. But there again, I was married at that point, so married with a kid. That made it kind of hard. Mabinai. Mabinai. I've heard of that, but I haven't spent much time on Negros. Our next trip back, we're probably going to go to Dumaguete for a month or two. Hopefully about this time next year. One thing we plan on doing is, I don't know how far back we're going to go, but we're going to go from the other side of the fence a little ways back to at least this corner and concrete that, put a nice little walkway, and depending on how far back we go, we'll put a little awning over the walkway. And that way it'll give me a little bit of storage for tools and stuff like that, as well as make it look a little bit nicer. We're kind of toying around with the idea. Hey Andy, how you doing today? So how's your trip back coming? We're kind of toying around with the idea because we could we could actually write it off, write a huge chunk of it off on taxes. It is in this area. Put like an 8 by 16, 8 by 20 shed in here. And that way Cindy could have a home office over here, and getting power out to it wouldn't be a problem. I could easily string in another line over here along the eaves and then just drop down on the corner and bring over to it. So it'd have its own independent circuit. And that wouldn't be an issue at all. Doing exterior wiring and stuff like this anymore, I can still do that. Trying to crawl up in attics and stuff, yeah, that's not me anymore. Way back when I was first starting out, that I actually started out as a residential wireman with a company that did restoration work. We restored a bunch of old farmhouses in upstate New York. Oh boy, don't forget, you still need a, at this point, you still need a negative RT-PCR test before you go back, Andy. That we managed to get ours in Cebu. I don't know where you're going to need to be able to get yours. I'm assuming Butuan would have one. Hey, somebody's awake.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. She's catnapping.
Chana's actually getting into it. She's actually liking the weather and everything here. We pretty much nightly take walks in the neighborhood. Yeah, when Mama and Papa were here, they refused to use the washer. They wanted to do laundry by hand, so I built them a wash area. That stereotypical American, I had to build something a little bit better than just on the ground using it. We have a cat issue in the neighborhood. They're live traps that we just relocate. We've got a decent sized gate here. That needs to go out in the next bulk trash. I have no idea why these showed up. I need to get with Rick and figure that one out. When we left, scrap prices were at an all-time low, so none of that got taken down. But I guess scrap prices are going back up. So here soon we are gonna throw those things in the back of a truck and get them sold to the highest bidder. Yeah, this table is a 4x8 piece of plywood. That's where the Christmas village goes. Probably gonna take and put that on the side of the house over there. I don't know how good the color balance is on this. This is a really, really light powder blue. And this is kind of a sky blue. And those are the colors we're going to paint the house. We're going to paint the trim, the sky blue, and the main part of the house, just a really light powder blue. Yeah, Andy, the ones we got in Cebu were a same day test. We got email copies of it, and I want to say it was like 3,000 pesos per test. Yeah, they weren't terribly cheap. Now, my sister didn't like this at all. Wasn't terribly happy with our decorating choice. That we put that in there because in the afternoon sun just beats in through there. It is horrible. She'd prefer seeing blinds or something like that. But yeah, this is our living room. My son bought a new TV for us for Christmas last year, and we couldn't understand why, but The TV we had, it was 5, 6 years old, and the white balance, or I don't know what's wrong with it, but it is horribly blue. That there is, yeah, it's got a horrible blue tint, blue cast to it. So this one's actually kind of neat, but the sound bar here blocked. Somewhere in here is the eye for the remote, and the sound bar blocked it. So we did a wall mount, and of course, the studs were spaced differently than the wall mount. So I just put a 4 foot piece of 2 by 1/2 inch plywood and bolted it to the studs, and then bolted the plate to the plywood. So when we go through and modify, do renovation, when we paint the walls, we'll pull it down, paint behind it, and then paint the board the same color as the walls to help hide it a little bit better. A lot of this stuff is just son and roommate, and that was today's project for Cindy and I. We got the food and everything, got rid of all the expired food and everything else, and cleaned that up, and we actually wound up with an extra completely empty shelf. Tomorrow, Cindy and I are going to go through the storage containers we have to get rid of that stuff. So, how much are you getting yours for, Andy? So, how long are you staying for, Jeff? Hey, there they are. Our bedroom. Yeah, I think Cindy's going to be less than happy with me showing our bedroom, but hey, the bed's made. The bed is made, so that's cool. We have got that. How much was our test in Cebu?
Hmm?
How much were our tests in Cebu?
What do you mean test?
RT-PCR tests.
Oh, 2,940.
A piece?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's 3,000. Yeah, Jeff, 30 days is a nice day. That he's going to. Do you know where Mabina is?
Mabinay
In
Negros?
Negros? Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's that?
I heard that, but I heard a place. It's,
But you don't know exactly.
no.
Okay, very cool.
We can Google it.
Well, I may do that. I'm that kind of person. Uh, yeah, the one thing Cindy missed the entire time in the Philippines is we've got a decent sized walk in closet. We had to do it, yeah, wherever was open on Sunday. And they didn't do a antigen test. When we got back, several friends got us winter clothes for Chana. So she's got winter clothes and our dive gear. My son's riding jacket, other scuba gear for cold water scuba. And right now, all of my camera gear, all of my video gear just got stuffed. A lot of this stuff in this closet was put in here for storage. That we didn't know how long we were going to be gone or anything else, and so it just got stored. And at this point, we're looking at probably throwing away a lot of it.
Donating.
Definitely donating. Uh, Marky Shoemate is up in that general area in central Negros.
Humalulot? Oh,
Humalado, something like that.
Huma something.
Have you ever heard of his channel, Jeff? But yeah, that's basically our house. We live in a fairly. Oh yeah, that's my son's room, and he's asleep. He works night shift, so I'm not going to wake him up. But and trust me, you wouldn't want to see his room. Uh, our bathroom. We, hey Andy, we've got for real hot and cold running water at our bathroom. I'm sorry, I had to tease about that. That was one of the things we did miss horribly in Cebu is our bathroom had running water, had the water heater in the shower, and it worked, but it was not great. It was not good. Now, yeah, I just screwed in a tripod. Yeah, the one thing that Cindy was a little less than happy about is they took down. We had that wall completely full of pictures, and they took down our wedding photos and all that fun stuff too. Cindy was not happy about with him over that one, but we're just gonna deal with it and figure it out and let life move on as we go. Right now, it's fairly cool in Phoenix. Matter of fact, I can tell you, it is 75 outside, 76 outside right now. It's 82 in the house because we haven't turned on our AC yet. Yeah, I'm a bit of a geek. I like stuff like that. And the other neat thing to that particular thermometer is there's an app for that. For whatever reason, the app on the Note 8 phone, Note 9 phone that I've got isn't behaving quite like the one on the A52 I've got. So there may be some issues on that. If I do this type of video again, I'm probably going to do off the A52 from the house. There's no the SIM cards. There's no data on the phone, obviously, and so I couldn't use that phone to do the walking live streams. Depending on what goes down, I may swap out one of the, because I've got two SIMs in that card. I've got a Smart SIM and a Globe SIM. The Smart worked a lot better for data. The Globe was more universal for phone. And I may swap one of those out for a cheap T-Mobile SIM and use that one depending on how well this phone works. Here soon, I'm going to get the office room, well, not the office room. I'm going to get my little desk set up a little bit better to do live streams directly from the computer when I'm doing the Thursday live streams. Monday, we are going to do a Chica Chica for Monday night, our time. Monday, yeah, I'm kind of doing this a little goofy. I'm using the day local time. I'm using the time in the Philippines time that I'm going to be posting them at 6 p.m. Local time, which is 9 a.m. in the Philippines. And that kind of works out well for both because that way when people get home and get settled in for the day, it'll be freshly posted. When people are beginning their day in the Philippines, it'll be freshly posted. So that seems to work out the best for both directions. I've tried posting so that they post here at like 6 in the morning. Post in the U.S. At like 6 in the morning when I was in the Philippines, which is like 9 o'clock at night, and they did okay, but it seems to work better if I do them so that they post in the U.S. in the evening times. Uh, and then for Wednesday or Friday, I'm not sure which days I'm going to start posting. I'm thinking it's going to be Friday. We're going to do a review of the Philippines. We were there 500 some days. We were there for quite a while. And I think it was 514 days is when how long we were there. And we're just going to do an overview review of that. And then we're going to go back to the probably Monday and Friday. Uh, Actual videos. The Monday will be the Chica Chicas. I don't know, to be bluntly honest, but if they do it federally, that Arizona won't have a choice. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, Things are kind of crazy uh, politically at this point, anyhow. So I'm just gonna have to stick with. I don't know that they're doing all kinds of weird things politically here, and right now with the Russia crap going on, I wouldn't take bets any direction. Uh, but there again, in the Philippines with China and them kind of watering at the mouth for Taiwan and a few other places, it can be kind of tense over there too. Uh, yeah, so I just don't know. Politics is off the hook over here. I've been asked by the Arizona uh, Asians for Trump. Oh, I didn't even realize they put it up for a vote yet. So that's happening at the. You know more about that than I do. It seems to Andy. Uh, so that was done at the federal level, correct? Because if that's the case, Arizona may not have a choice. Uh, and if that's the case, that's cool too. That not a big deal. It'll be the first time that we've done daylight savings time, but in Arizona, you really don't want daylight savings. And something silly like that, I could picture going through both houses without a problem. Uh, and I just, I don't know. It seems to me that they've got a lot of bigger, better issues to be worrying about than a permanent daylight savings time or a permanent standard time or whatever. And I just, I don't know. It seems to me that they've got a lot of bigger, better issues to be worrying about than a permanent daylight savings time or a permanent standard time or whatever. Florida voted and the governor signed it into effect that they were going on to a permanent daylight savings time, and the feds stepped in and said, no, you can't do that. If you do a permanent time, it has to be standard. It can't be daylight savings time. And here they're turning around and doing it themselves now. I don't know. Uh, I yeah, politics is insane. Uh, we've got several friends that are very active in the Republican Party here. For believe it or not, Asians. Asians are very active Republicans for the most part, and tend to be a lot more conservative than most stereotypical minority groups. And So it's going to be interesting. But I may get involved. I may not. I don't know. And I, I don't know. It's kind of like that old Indian thing about cutting off a foot at the bottom to put a foot at the top of the bed. You know, the blanket to make a longer blanket. I don't know. Uh, and to be bluntly honest, with all the telecommuting and stuff, that Cindy's had a couple of job offers, and most of them would allow telecommuting to a point, but not, the work from home, but not an. She hasn't completely declined the ones that offer it to a point, but not hasn't accepted anything yet. And there's one that she has an interview for tomorrow or next week or something like that. That's already said that if that they would allow up to 4 days a week. That they, at least one day a week in the office. Other than that, they don't care where you work from. And when she said that, she said just exactly how serious are you about the I don't care where you work from. We can work on the 1 day a week thing. But yeah, so there's a bunch of opportunities that she's got, and so she's more than likely going back, and will probably have uh, at least 3 days a week work from home. Can you remember the Burger King cup? And that's a big thing for her. Is she wants to spend as much time as possible with Shauna. We have numerous people here that have offered to watch Shauna for us during the day. And just so you know, it's actually just water in here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's just water. It's not Coke. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of food trips, finding all the old places that we used to like to eat at before we left.
How is that? How is that?
We did Burger King today. She got a cheeseburger, and I got one of the
Bacon King.
yeah, baconator cheeseburgers. They're like really good. And there was actual bacon on it that it wasn't out of stock. And Cebu, for whatever reason, I guess there's a ban on pork, and so for a year and a half they haven't had egg McMuffins, they haven't had bacon, and all kinds of other stuff. Oh, very cool. If you're gonna be down there and don't mind going through security, let us know. Uh, we could definitely head down and be at Southwest Terminal and meet up with you. Hey, there, Miss Chandler. You're on TV again.
I'm sleepy.
That
Look at her. She's looking at me.
yeah, she's watching. She's watching Papa. Uh, China, it seems to be doing really well with this. The first couple days, she was horribly fussy. She didn't want anybody but Mom. That she was Mama and Mama alone. And then by day 3 or 4, she had chilled out and things were a lot better. Life was back to normal. She's actually starting to sleep through the nights.
Yes.
That she normally goes down to what, about 9?
Yeah.
And gets back up about 6,
Or 9.
9 a.m.
Mm-mm.
She sleeps 12 hours straight.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, she's doing really good. Definitely getting big. Just before we left, we had a doctor's appointment, and her weight was good, solid 7 month old weight, and her height was at 6 7 months. Again, average for a 6 7 month old, and she's just turning 4 months this month.
She'll be turning 5 months this month.
She'll be turning 5 months this month. Stereotypical father. Yeah, birth dates and all that fun stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll make milk excuse.
oh no worries. That I'm trying to help as much as I can, but yeah, Cindy enjoys doing this. She really does, and although she appreciates the effort, would just as soon do a lot of it herself. Uh, but she does ask a lot. She does ask frequently to, for her, oh, if she's grabbing a shower or whatever, to watch Chana, to do that. And we've done that. The other night she was fussing and Cindy was really tired. And so I came out here with a friend, with the roommate, that his kid has a car that they needed to change a water pump to. So he was watching car videos, and Chana and I plopped down, and she was staring intently at the TV, and she was really getting into the car videos. So that's kind of a running joke now that Chana's going to wind up being a gearhead. But which wouldn't break my heart in the least. I think it'd be kind of fun. My son started out too, but he just kind of lost interest. That we got him a Honda Shadow, Shadow 600, and him and I did got that running again, got it running really nice, and then he never showed any interest in it. And when the ex and I split up, it was still in my name. But the agreement was, as he got his license, I'd sign it over to him, and he never got the license. So, Texas Roadhouse. We were supposed to go that night, and Chana was just having a stinking meltdown and just not adjusting well. The entire flight's over here. She never had a problem. We got here and was no longer moving and traveling. She did not adjust well. The night in LA, she was up most all night. And the next day on the Southwest flight, she was fine. When she was in the car seat on the way home, she was fine. And she's watching from the kitchen. But when we got to the house and things slowed down and we unpacked the truck, yeah, she just started having a meltdown, and it just was not happening. Several friends tried to hold her, and no. It was mama only. I tried to hold her, no. And so that night, we actually just ordered Domino's pizza. And that was something we hadn't had in a long time at Domino's. So our actual first meal with Domino's. Del Taco, believe it or not, we love Del Taco's Del Beef burritos. They do a great Del Beef burrito. That was one of them. We haven't made it there yet. But along your line of Mexican food, there's a Mexican restaurant here, Carolina's, that has been in business 60 plus years. And they do an outstanding burrito. Probably Saturday morning. I just got an okay on that one. Saturday morning we may run up there for burritos, but they're shut down on Sundays. They like Chick-fil-A for the same reasons. Do not do business on Sunday. Never have in their existence, and that's really cool. The other thing I'm kind of surprised nobody's ever complained about is if you go in there, They keep it low key enough, but the background music that they play is Christian stations, and they're a really neat place to go. We really enjoy going there. They've got outstanding food. Uh, that Cindy wants to go to the what's the name of that place? Your pho place?
Oh, pho.
What's it?
Vietnam pho.
Huh?
Vietnamese pho.
Oh, the place is called Vietnamese pho.
Pho place.
And they had another one that she absolutely loved. It was called Pho Lee, and that one's closed. They made for sale the jars of hot oil sauce that were stinking outstanding. I don't know what happened or anything else, but they closed up here about 6 months ago. I don't think it had anything to do with the pandemic, but they were never. They were there for a couple of years. That they were really good, but they just never took off. Whether it was a poor location or what. Because in that little strip mall, I have noticed a couple businesses change over time. It was right next door to where I used to work. That New Jersey, I think, has one. I forget where it was, but because people were trying to make them change their name, it was called the Fucking, and yeah, it was a neat play on words, but some people took offense to it and were rather upset. And ironically, it wasn't any of the Vietnamese that took offense to it, but we haven't tried any of the Filipino places yet since we've been back. We've got one place down here, Casa Filipina. We need to do a review of that place.
There's another one too, Daddy.
Where's that?
Lutong Bahay. They're really good too. That
Lutong?
have a lechon baboy.
Lutong Bahay? Yeah, you discovered that not too long before we left.
Yeah.
Was it new?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Andy just said there's a place in CDO. Tie me up.
Ah.
Tie me up. THAI. Tie me up. That yeah, some people get really creative with names like that. And here some people just get too butthurt over stupid stuff. So I could picture that one having some problems. Actually, I've been at this for about 49 minutes. And so I'm actually going to call it a night on this one. Stay tuned for Monday in 4 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We will post a Chica Chica is what's going on. And have fun. Keep me updated on the trip back. That if you're going to be in Phoenix that long, we could definitely run down. If you've got the luggage space, we may actually ask you to bring back something. But from Phoenix, Arizona, mabuhay.